Hello, guys. Welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to be doing a review based on Gaming Byte's review of Slitherhead. So, Slitherhead is basically a horror genre game where it's basically a spirit that's trying to possess people in order to kill monsters that are infecting this whole city in this Japanese kind of like era type city, right? It was really interesting. Gameplay is about like 13 to 15 hours. I really liked it. It kind of gave me that Resident Evil vibes, to be honest. So let's get into the review. Like, subscribe to the channel, like and share this video on YouTube. Let's go.
Slitterhead brings together a unique body swapping mechanic, blood fueled weapons, and eerie Lovecraftian monsters, crafted by the original mind behind Silent Hill. Set in a neon lit,
Right. So Silent Hill, Resident Evil vibes as well.
fictional Hong Kong, this action horror game has the potential for suspenseful horror thrills. However, while it shines in some gameplay aspects, it falls short on story depth, mission diversity, and enemy variety. Sadly, Slitterhead quickly exhausts its initial promise, becoming repetitive and predictable.
When it comes to like story, he's kind of right a little bit because I mean, every time you get introduced to a new character, you kind of see what they're about. So I feel like they kind of rushed into like every time you get a new character, they kind of rush into the character story and they kind of just say, well, this person is from this and this is what they do. And once the spirit possesses their body, this is the power that they get. And it's like, okay, on to the next one, on to the next one. So it's like I feel like it's kind of rushed in a way. So the main mission is really this spirit that's possessing these people in order to kill these like monsters that are taking over people's bodies in order to kill them and infect the whole city. And it's like the spirit feels that you know, it's his mission to make sure that this city is safe. And it's not really open world, to be honest. It's more like a stage based gameplay where it's like it's kind of like open world, but not really. Like you can go to certain places, but it's not open world like that, right? So
The game's setup grabs attention early on. Playing as a spirit called the Night Owl, you're tasked with tracking down disguised monsters, or slitterheads, in the gritty Kowloon slums. You hop between bodies, using humans as temporary hosts to access locked areas and search for clues. But these human vessels lack individuality, blending into the background with minimal skills or unique traits.
I can also say that there are some boss fights that you actually have to look for because not every boss fight, majority of the main boss fights, it's you're eventually going to fight them, but there are some boss fights that are hidden in order for you to get certain items like certain clothing, certain weapon. I think it's just clothing. I don't think it's weapon. I think it's just certain clothing because I know for this character with the red jacket, I was able to get I think like a whole new outfit because I defeated some monster in like some corner of the city. So there's like secret bosses, kind of like Wukong in a way, where you have to find them and then you have to defeat them, and then that's where you get the clothing item.
Only a select few, called rarities, offer unique abilities that turn their injuries into powerful weapons.
Yeah, so the rarities, once the spirit is able to find a rarity, it depends on the person what kind of powers they get. So for instance, like the character with the red jacket, her power is she's able to like get like these big claws, kind of like Wolverine in a way, and she's able to like hit them and send projectiles to her enemies. And I think all of the rarities also have one common power where they're able to if there's blood puddles like all around them, they're able to suck up that blood puddle, and that's what gives them health in order to like regenerate health and everything. So that's pretty cool.
As you progress, you can mix and match these characters to tackle missions.
Yep.
While the body swapping mechanics create some clever combat moments, the game's missions become stale fast. Many tasks involve rewalking the same paths,
Hmm.
chasing monsters, or following preset trails.
Yeah, so that I think that was very interesting. Like anytime I had to kind of chase after one of these monsters and stuff, I like the fact that if there's other people around, you could just possess one person, try to tackle the monster, and if the monster leaves, then you can go into another person's body, possess them, try to tackle that same monster. So I like the fast pace, like go to this person, go to this person, go to this person, and then just try to defeat the enemy. So I actually like that.
Making the investigation feel repetitive. Conversations between characters add little depth, with stiff animations and plain text, leaving the story progression bland. Combat offers some
I feel like because the developers didn't really work too much on it, they figure like, their main concern was gameplay, was story, was it wasn't really the conversations between the characters and the spirit. Because I mean, the spirit, you can't really see the spirit. The spirit, to us, the spirit looks like this ball of like cloud or something like that. To them, it was kind of like in their head, like they were talking to the spirit in their head. So I feel like that's why they really didn't put that much work into having the conversations between the spirit and the person, the rarities, because everything was in their head. That's why they didn't put too much depth into it. It would have been cool if like they're just sitting around, moving around, and actually talking to the spirit, and like you can see a figure. But their main thing was like, let's focus more on story, gameplay, combat. So I get it.
some excitement with a simple attack system, using the blood of defeated foes to heal and power up your characters. However, battles feel unbalanced, with attacks lacking impact and certain enemies becoming tedious to fight over time. The thumbstick based parrying system is inconsistent, particularly in multi enemy battles, which further limits the combat's appeal.
Oh, they gave it a six.
Slitterhead starts with promise, blending horror with a unique body swapping and blood based combat system, but fails to build on these ideas. The repeated missions, simplistic story, and lack of enemy variety make it
I honestly did not get to play with this character right here. I think he's a cop. I think he's a detective or a cop that was investigating the deaths of the people in the city. But I know that he has like different powers. I didn't know he actually had like a gun that he can actually shoot blood at the monsters and stuff like that. So
its 13-hour playtime feel unnecessarily drawn out. With a lack of genuine scares or engaging characters, the game loses steam quickly, leaving players with a haunting sense of missed potential. Ultimately, Slitterhead just doesn't live up to its razor sharp premise. That's our review of Slitterhead. If you want to know which games you should check this
all
November,
right.
check
So yes, this was a review based on Gaming Byte. Overall, the game, it was okay. It was okay. I mean, they give it a six. I would give it probably a six also, or maybe like a seven, maybe a five, honestly, because there wasn't really story to it. It was basically like you're the spirit, you're possessing people to defeat these monsters, and then you come across these rarities where when you possess these rarities, they get these powers that's based on, I guess, their personality and what they're feeling. So it gave Resident Evil vibes, it gave Silent Hill vibes. Gameplay was pretty good. I mean, it's not open world. It was more like stage based, where you kind of just like, it's third person obviously, and you're just kind of walking, to different areas of the city. Obviously, you can't go farther than where you're supposed to because it literally directs you back into where you're supposed to go anyway. But the combat system was pretty cool. There was a lot of skills that you can actually unlock. And then I think you have to collect like these items where you're able to get like skill points in order to unlock the skills as well. I like the fact that we can like every time you get into a mission, you can actually switch between teams because there's always two people in one team. So you can switch between the characters, which characters you want to play with and whatever. And it doesn't matter what character you play with. The mission is going to be the same. Like once you finish the mission, it's going to be the same outcome. It does not matter. But yeah, overall, I'll give it like a six, like a five or six. There really wasn't no story to it other than the spirit that wants to possess people and protect the city. Like again, there wasn't really no story. I do like the relationship that the spirit did develop with these rarities, where he kind of like felt like he was getting a lot closer to these rarities, and the different things that these rarities were doing. Like I think the girl with the red jacket, she was working as like a clerk at a store. The girl with the short hair, I think she was like a prostitute or something. The what's it called it, the guy with the helmet, I think he was like a doctor. So they were doing different things in their life before this spirit came into their life and took over them and was like, here, I need to possess you because we're trying to defeat these enemies in this city and I need your help. And then it's like everybody just came together and started helping out, and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe I got chosen. Right. But yeah, that's my review. Game was pretty okay. Do I recommend playing this game? Yeah, sure. If you like Silent Hill or like Resident Evil wise, yeah, definitely. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this game. I did play this game months ago. I think the gameplay was about 13 or 15 hours, and I really liked it. And I finished it. They do have like extra missions, I think, that you can do in order to give it 100% completion. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Let's go.